Hi there. In this video, we will discuss the summary of the 26th chapter of El Filibusterismo, or The Reign of Greed, written by Dr. José Rizal, titled Pasquinades. We will also study the important events, characters, settings, and lessons found in this chapter. Listen and watch carefully, as you will learn a lot from this historical work by Rizal. Let's begin. Basilio woke up early to visit his patients at the hospital and handle matters related to his graduation at the university. He also planned to speak with Makareg to borrow money since he had spent his savings on rescuing Julie and providing shelter for his family. As he walked, he didn't notice that the students around him were acting strangely, whispering and looking scared. At San Juan de Dios Hospital, he ran into a professor who was close to him. The professor asked if he had attended a dinner the night before. Realizing that something serious had happened, the professor advised Basilio to go home immediately and destroy any documents that could incriminate him. When Basilio asked if Simon was involved, the professor said Simon wasn't because he was injured and confined at home. The trouble involved only students. At the university, Basilio learned that posters containing rebellious messages and threats had been found. The students said that many members of their association would likely be punished or even arrested. Despite feeling nervous, Basilio decided to go to the university to figure out what he should do. He saw Isagani arguing with his classmates, who seemed frightened by the situation. Isagani urged them to face the issue bravely and not back down. He said it didn't matter who wrote the posters. What was important was standing firm in their beliefs. Eventually, Basilio decided to leave and visit Makareg to address his financial needs. However, when he arrived at Makareg's house, guards arrested him because his name was on a list of students suspected to be involved with the posters. Makareg was also arrested, and they were both taken to the civil government office. On the way there, Basilio explained to Makareg why he had come. Makareg promised to help him with his needs and joked about inviting the guards to their future graduation celebration. Now, let's move on to the important events in this chapter. Basilio began his day visiting patients and handling graduation matters, planning to borrow money from Makareg since his savings had been spent rescuing Julie and supporting his family. At San Juan de Dios Hospital, a professor warned Basilio about rebellious posters linked to the students and advised him to go home and destroy anything incriminating, clarifying that Simon was not involved. At the university, Basilio learned that the posters had caused widespread fear, with many students fearing punishment or arrest, while Isagani encouraged his classmates to stand firm in their beliefs despite the risks. When Basilio visited Makareg to address his financial concerns, guards arrested them both as Makareg's name, and Basilio's were on a list of students suspected of involvement in the rebellion. While being taken to the civil government office, Basilio explained his situation to Makareg, who promised to help him financially and joked about inviting the guards to their future graduation celebration, displaying a mix of optimism and defiance. Important characters. Basilio, the main character of the chapter. He wakes up early to attend to his patients, work on his graduation, and seek help from Makareg. He is later arrested due to his alleged involvement in the commotion. Makareg, a wealthy student, Basilio's friend, and a leader among the students. He is arrested along with Basilio for being connected to the controversial posters. Isagani, Basilio's friend who passionately encourages his fellow students to face the situation with courage and dignity rather than succumbing to fear. Tadeo, a student who is indifferent to the turmoil and happy about the suspension of classes. Professor, a teacher who warns Basilio to destroy any documents that could incriminate him and advises caution. Juanito Peláez, a frightened student who repeatedly denies any involvement with the student organization. Let us now proceed to the setting of this chapter. The events in this chapter take place in three main locations. First, at San Juan de Dios Hospital, where Basilio visited his patients. Then, at the University of Santo Tomas, where the posters with rebellious messages were discovered. Finally, at Makareg's house, where Basilio goes to borrow money but is arrested by the guards and taken to the civil government. Here are some of the lessons, messages, or implications shown in this chapter. It's important to stay cautious and alert, especially in situations that might put you at risk or lead to danger. Having courage and standing by your principles is crucial in tough times, but safety and the proper way to address challenges should also be considered. During crises, every action must be thought through carefully, as poor decisions can lead to bigger problems for oneself and others. And that concludes the 26th chapter of El Filibusterismo, titled Pasquinades. What have you learned from this chapter? Share your answers in the comments. We also encourage you to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay updated with our future videos. Until next time, thank you for watching.